Hey everybody, happy Thursday. How's everybody doing? Sorry I still been kind of MIA on here. Still not feeling 100%, you guys, but better than I was. So I wanted to hop on and do a look for you guys. I'm going to try and give you different options. So as far as lips. So we're going to use the Glam Up palette, and I'm going to give you different options for your lips at the end. So we're going to use VFX, and I have so many ideas to do this month, you guys. It's incredible. Like, I have all these makeup looks that I want to do for you. So I'm going to try to get a couple done in the next couple of days to put up. And I think I'm going to do them mostly to YouTube. That way I can have them on YouTube for you guys that you can go back and reference, or you can check them out on my Facebook page. But I'm finding a lot of people saying that they're getting off of Facebook and kind of off of the social media platforms. I've just had a lot of people tell me that lately, that they're just fed up with social media and that they're either making their accounts inactive or whatever. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate on YouTube a little bit now, because you don't need to have an account with YouTube. You can go and check out anyone's video without making accounts and all that. So I think I'm going to upload more YouTube videos. That way you guys can watch me, see the products I'm using, learn about pharmacy, learn about the products, and not be committed to following on social media. Which, believe me, you guys, if I did not have a business that was social media based, I probably would take a break off of social media too, honestly, because it gets sickening after a while and it's kind of overwhelming. So much negativity on social media nowadays. It's really bad. But yeah, so I'm going to do more YouTube videos is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go in with our CC primer. This is the purple. So what the purple is going to do is it's going to help with unevenness, fine lines, wrinkles, just to fill all that in. And it's going to help with any yellow undertones that you may have. And right now, honestly, I have a mix of both because I've been sick. So I feel like my skin does have a little bit of those yellow undertones, but still I have red here. So I'm going to go in with the green one also. I'm going to take just a little bit and I'm going to put that right here just to counteract the redness and to also help even out the skin tone and fine lines and wrinkles. And I did, before hopping on here, take a before pictures of my skin in natural sunlight at the window so that you guys can really see what my skin looks like naturally. All the imperfections that my skin has, like the inconsistencies, the unevenness. Right now you can see I have a blemish right here. My skin broke out so bad when I was sick this last 2 weeks. I'm not sure why, but I have a breakout here. I have a couple of issues under here. And then one right here, I think you guys can see. So there's a few breakouts. So I did take before pictures so that you can see how amazing this coverage really is. So I think that's the best way to do it sometimes, especially when you have a lot of issues on your skin at the time. It really helps to show people what these products can help with. I mean, it's great to have beautiful skin and skin that's in really good condition and it's healthy and looks great and it's glowy and there's no imperfections. That's great. Everybody wants that. Everybody achieves, that's the achievement, you know, you want to get to that type of skin. But reality is, we all will have days where our skin's not looking the best, whether it be from being tired, being sick. My skin got really dry when I've been sick these last 2 weeks, broke out, so it was weird. My skin felt dry and parched, but yet I was breaking out, so who knows? So I'm going to go in VFX. Let's see, what shade is this? I think this is number 4. Yeah, number 4 VFX. These are oil-free vegan. So it's the new formula, and I absolutely love the new formula, you guys. It's so good. It just feels so much more hydrating, and it's super lightweight, but you get this amazing full coverage. So it's the best of both worlds. I mean, it really is. So what I do is I kind of just spread it out a little bit with my fingers, and my hands are clean. They've been washed and sanitized. So that's important, you guys. If you're using your fingers on your face at all, make sure your hands are clean, sanitized, all that good stuff. Now I'm just going in with a damp beauty blender. Now you can use a brush, you can use your fingers, you can use a beauty blender, either damp or dry. For me, I like it damper because it adds that little extra moisture in. And if you have a foundation that is a little bit thicker than you like, or you're used to, and you want to thin it out just a little without affecting the performance of the product, use a damp beauty blender, and it's a really good way to do that without affecting anything product-wise. And then I'm going to show you. Now you saw that I didn't use a lot. I used like, 4 small drops. It does go a long way, you guys. It spreads out nicely. So I would suggest starting out with a small amount, and then you can always build this foundation. It's totally buildable, you guys. So start small and build up. You can always add. It's so much harder to take away product than it is to add. And if you're like me and you don't like a full coverage foundation, a little can go a long way with this VFX. So it's the best of both worlds. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, you can see how nicely that evened out my skin. It kind of just gave me really nice coverage. Now again, I went in with a little bit of product, just a little bit. Now, if this isn't enough coverage, or you want to spot treat some things that are on your face that you have some issues with, like acne, you can just put it on the areas that you need to. Instead of putting it on your whole entire face, just go in and spot treat it with the foundation. Now, what I am going to do is, because I have those acne patches, I'm going to go in with some concealer, and I'm just going to go on top of any spots just to kind of give it that extra little bit of coverage. Not that I really need it, because the foundation did an amazing job covering it. So, but I just want to put a little extra. So you can see that totally covers up the acne spots. And again, like I said, if you wanted to, you could go over certain areas. Like with the foundation, I put only a thin coat, so you can see a little bit of my imperfections peeking through. But all in all, it covered up and it kind of evened everything out. So if you wanted fuller coverage, just go in and put another light coat on of foundation, and then you'll be good to go. And again, this shade too is a little bit lighter than what I think I need. I think I kind of still need to be in 05. 04 is my like winter color. So technically I probably could have gone and used shade 5 still and gotten even more coverage, because this is very light. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go in and I'm going to use our translucent powder. I don't want to add any color to my skin right now. I just want to go in and use the transparent powder and just set my eyes with that powder. And I like the transparent powder because it gives you an amazing finish, but it doesn't add any color. It's colorless, but it makes everything look so velvety, soft, and smooth, and it adds a little bit of tiny brightness underneath the eyes if you place it underneath. So it's going to give you a little bit of brightness at the same time. Okay? So now what we're going to do is, let me make sure this brush is clean first. I haven't done my brushes yet this week, so. All right, we're going to go in with the Glam Up palette, you guys. And I'm going to go into the shade. I actually think I'm just going to go in with Dusty Rose straight away. And it's a beautiful pinky shade. It's just so pretty, you guys. It's soft, it's neutral, it's just beautiful. And I love it. You guys can probably, if you see, I've hit pan on it. So it goes to show you how much I use the actual shade. So I'm placing that in my crease and on my lid at the same time. And I'm using our double-ended brush from Pharmacy. It's really soft. It's great for applying eyeshadow. You can use it to apply highlighter. It's such a versatile brush, you guys, and they're super affordable. I mean, super affordable. So guys, while I was sick, I ate like a piglet. I don't know why, but I was really hungry for like the first 4 days that I was sick, and then I didn't have any appetite at all after. But those first 4 days, I ate everything in sight. Like, if it wasn't nailed down, I ate it. So I put on like 3 pounds. And of course, it all went to my face. You guys can probably tell my face is really, really round again compared to what it was. So once I feel back to myself, I need to once again start up on the diet. Well, it's not a diet. I'm on Weight Watchers still, so I don't consider it a diet. It really is a lifestyle, you guys. It's my way of, it's my everyday thing. Like, it's not just a diet because I have to stay on it forever if I want to keep the weight off. So at this time in my life, it's definitely a lifestyle, not a diet. But I need to get back on and counting my points. And of course, if anyone, if any of you are on WW or have looked into WW, you know that we now have a new program. There's a new point system and all that. A lot of changes with Weight Watchers. So I'm still going through all that, trying to figure out what is going on. And, you know, do I want to stay with the plan that I have, or do I want to change it and try one of the other ones? So I'm working on that. I'm going to take a denser brush and go into that Dusty Rose. And I'm just going to go into the crease with it to build up the crease. So Weight Watchers came out with a ton of new stuff, you guys. New new point values, and stuff that had points now don't, and stuff that didn't have points now does. So it's a whole new world of Weight Watchers. So everyone's, I think, just trying to figure out the new system and what's going to work best for them and all that good stuff. So, but I definitely have to get back on track. That I know. There is no doubt. I need to get back on track because I feel like crap. Every time, even when I just gain like a few pounds, I feel so yucky. Going with that shade Magnolia. And I'm placing that under my brow bone. So yeah, every time I put on even the slightest amount of weight, I just feel it. Like 3 pounds for me now feels more like 10 pounds because I know what it feels like to not have it on my body anymore. So anytime I put on even the slightest amount of weight, it feels like it's tripled than what it really is. So It's tough. Really tough, you guys. Okay, so we have Dusty Rose on the crease. We put the Magnolia under the brow. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Raina, and I'm going to put that on the lid. And I'm going to use my finger. And I like just adding a little bit of Raina onto the lid because it just gives it a little extra something. And I usually just will put a little bit right on top of the Dusty Rose that I already have on my lid. And if you want to, you can actually wet your finger and then apply the shade Raina on to the lid. And it almost gives it a totally different look to it. It really brings out the shimmer. Because Raina is like a shimmer shade. So it kind of really intensifies that shimmer. But because I want this to be more matte, I'm going to go on and do it the way that I am. I'm not going to add any liquid to it. I want it to just be soft. Like you're going to see the little bit of hint of shimmer when you look at my eyes. If you were to see me in person, if the sun hits, you'll see it'll reflect off. But it's not going to be so much that it's going to be more of like a glam look. This is a really pretty natural, everyday look, you guys. Okay. And then for underneath our lower lash, I am going to also go in with the shade Dusty Rose. And we're going to place that underneath on the outer part of the lower lash line. I'm not taking it all the way across. I'm just doing the outer part. Okay. Just the outer part. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the shade Raina. And I'm going to pop that on the inner part of the lower lash. So we're mimicking pretty much what we did on the top. We're mimicking that on the bottom. And you want to place a little bit of that Raina on the inner corner to connect both the top and the bottom. Okay? It's just a really pretty neutral eye look, you guys. It's so pretty. Okay, so now I am just going to make sure that that's all blended on the outer edges, that there's no fallout. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our 3-in-1 face palette. And I am going to go in and just use the contour shade from there because we're going to use the highlight and the blush also. So I'm trying to show you ways to do a really nice look and get products that have multiple uses. So with our 3-in-1, our Peach Bite, even our face sculpting, you can use it for both your face and for your eyes. So all 3 of these shades can be used on your eyes. All 3 can be used on your face. Same thing with Peach Bite. Same thing with face sculpting. So I'm just going to go in, and I will be honest, this is not the favorite shade of mine for contouring. I prefer the one from the Peach Bite palette for me, but it's still a pretty contour shade. So when I'm trying to minimize how many products I'm using, I am more than good with using the contour from here. But I do like the Peach Bite one better a little bit, the shade. But this one's still a really pretty contour shade. So hold on, guys. I have someone at my door.